Hey guys. Okay, so this is the second time I filmed this haul. Those of you who make videos, my camera said that the memory card was full, okay? And I formatted the memory card before I started filming. So how could it possibly be full just because I filmed a 20-minute video? Doesn't it seem like it should be good for an hour or something like that? I'm pretty sure that this particular memory card I have is supposed to be good for an hour. So why would it shut off after 20 minutes and tell me it was full? I format the card every single time to avoid that. So if any of you know, let me know. Hopefully it's going to work this time without cutting off. So this is a haul video. And let me begin with some CoverGirl TruBlend products. They've revamped that line, and I don't know if they've just changed the packaging or if they've also changed the formulas, but I picked up one of the new concealer sticks, and it's called TruBlend Fix Stick Concealer, and I got it in the color L567, and this is not the right color. You always want to go one shade lighter with your concealer when you're using concealer for under your eyes, and apparently there was a fair, except I didn't know that because it wasn't in the display. Apparently all those sold out. So I thought this was the lightest color, and it wasn't. This actually matches my skin perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this for concealing blemishes or any kind of imperfection in my skin, because it will be fine for that. But even if I had gotten the correct color, and this was actually probably a blessing in disguise that I did get the wrong color, because now at least I can use it for something. But if I had gotten the right color, I found out just, by trying it under my eyes just to see what the formula was like, that I don't like concealer sticks like this. I really prefer like creams, because creams just blend so seamlessly right into the skin, and things like this never blend that well. At least that's been my experience. Every time I've ever tried one of these stick type concealers, they just don't work for me. So at least I can have a purpose for it. So that's my opinion about that. Then I also, on another shopping trip in a different store, picked up the foundation. And I stood there for the longest time trying to decide between L2 and L3, and because there would have been like pros and cons to choosing different shades. So I went with the L2, which is Classic Ivory, and that's what that looks like. And I am wearing it today, but I'm not really going to say anything else about this because I want to do a video just on this, because if I start talking about it, the video's going to be, too long, and then the memory card's going to shut off. It's going to shut off my camera. So I'll do a separate video on that. I picked up another one of the CoverGirl TruBlend Minerals blushes. I have the one in Pure Romance, or is it Pure Radiance? Let's see, it just happens to be sitting right here. Pure Romance, which is the pink one, and I love it, but I think they discontinued that because I'm not seeing that in the stores anymore, except for in the clearance section. So they do still have this other shade that I'm going to show you in a second that's out, like, on the shelves and everything. So this shade is still available. And I just got this. I'm wearing it today. It's called Shimmering Sands. This is a deception right here, this cover, because this blush is not this color. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going to swatch this so you can see the actual color, even though I am wearing it. Okay, that's what it looks like when I just stick my finger in there. And then that's what it looks like blended in. So it's very, very light peach, and it has shimmer in it. So it's kind of like a subtle highlight blush. I like it. these kind of light colors that just blend into my skin look so natural, and it just gives you a little something. If I use what would be considered a typical blush, it's too pigmented for me, it's too dark, it's too bright, and it just looks fake. So these kinds of products really appeal to me just because they suit my skin tone so well. What else was I going to say about this? Oh, that I love CoverGirl blushes. It has been my experience that I have never tried one, I don't think, that I didn't like. I've got so many. I've got the contouring ones, the cheekers ones, the classic ones. They just work so well for me. They just blend so easily, and the color selection is fantastic. So never met a CoverGirl blush I didn't like. Okay, moving on to eye makeup remover. You may recall that I used to use coconut oil to remove my eye makeup, and I like the idea of that because it's all natural and it moisturizes that delicate eye area and it takes off every bit of the makeup. But the downside is after you finish, your vision is blurry for a few minutes, and I don't like that. I mean, I like all the other things, the positive things about it, but I don't like that blurriness business. I mean, it goes away after a few minutes, but... So, I went out and bought the most popular eye makeup remover that exists. I have never tried it before. Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover. And this is one of those ones that separates. It's the, I think they call these dual phase. So you just shake it up and put some on a cotton pad, and it removes all my eye makeup. It doesn't sting my eyes. It doesn't make my vision blurry. The only thing that I'm concerned about, I've used this twice so far, but the only thing I'm concerned about is that I already have dry skin, and the area in my eye area is probably the driest part of my whole face, and I'm just worried that it might make my skin even drier. So we'll see how it goes. I've used it a couple times and I don't really see any difference, but you know, sometimes it takes a while for problems to show up. So I hope it doesn't do that, but we shall see. Okay, moving on to lip products. I did want to mention that I'm wearing the last of the Wet n Wild Megalast lipsticks that I showed you in a previous video. This is called Just Peachy, and that's the color. Let me swatch it for you. Really attracted to these peachy colors lately. That's what that looks like. And I like it. I think this is a very wearable peach for me. I have to be careful with peaches. Peaches can look really horrible on me, but I think this is a good peach for me. It's a wearable one. The Wet n Wild Megalast lipsticks are pretty dry, so what I do is I just take my fresh sugar lip treatment, just the clear one, and I put that on first. And then I put the lipstick on top. Now normally what I would do is moisturize my lips right at the beginning of my makeup process, but in this case where the lipstick is so dry, I have to put this on right before, otherwise it doesn't go on that well. But I do like these lipsticks combined with a really good quality lip treatment product. Okay, next up, Nancy. Nancy Goo Goo, that is. She and I were talking about the Urban Decay Revolution lipsticks recently, and she was saying that, you know, she bought 2 of them and she didn't really like them that much because she didn't think the formula was that great, that it seemed like it was a little dry. And I totally agree with that because I saw this picture of the color Native and I was in love. I just said, oh man, I have got to try this lipstick. And I agree, the formula is a little dry. This is what it looks like. This is a $22 lipstick, okay? So when you spend that much, you kind of want it to be great, you know? You don't want to have to work with it if you spend that kind of money. But that's the color right there. And oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to say warm pink. Yeah, I'm going to say a warm pink. And I love the color. And it does feel creamy on my hand. But, you know, it's winter and my lips are dry. And I have to do the same thing with that lipstick that I do with the Wet n Wild Megalast. I have to put my fresh sugar lip treatment on right before. Now, you're probably thinking, well, you know, it's winter, your lips are dry. You probably have to do that with every lipstick you wear. No, I don't. Just those two lipsticks. The rest of my lipsticks usually will go on fine if I put my lip balm on like a half hour before. When I first start doing my makeup, the first thing I usually do is just put on some lip balm. Then by the time I get to the lip part, it's sunken in and has moisturized my lips and it's like been primed or ready for the lip product, because you normally don't want it to be too moist because then the lipstick isn't really going to go on that well either. So there is such a thing as it being too moisturized. But with these two particular kinds of lipsticks, you have to do that. But you know what? It's worth it. Look at that color. It's so pretty. All right, let's move on to the eye products. I bought my very first E.L.F. baked eyeshadow. And this is in the color Pixie. And when you think of Pixie, you think Pixie pink, right? But that really looks like a peach or a coral to me. These have a nice sheen. They go on very smooth. Baked eyeshadows normally have a lot of fallout and are usually hard to work with. Not this one. This is very nice, and there are lots of other gorgeous colors in this line, and I think I want more. I also got one of the E.L.F. eyeshadow duo powder. E.L.F. eyeshadow powder duos. There we go. And this is in the color Butter Pecan, and this is what I'm wearing today. It's a peach and a brown. Now that peach is, it's kind of borderline for me. I mean, it's like I said, I have to be so careful with peach. So this isn't really the best shade of peach for me, but really I just wanted to try out the formula because this is from their Essential line, so it's only $1, and I found this at Dollar Tree. And you might remember that I bought a couple of the cream eyeshadow duos before at Dollar Tree, and the cream ones correspond to the powders. So like I have this, but I don't have the cream one in this color. Then I have two cream eyeshadow duos, but I don't have the corresponding powder ones. So what I would like to do is hunt down at least one that corresponds with the other ones that I already have, so that I can try them together, so that I can use the cream duo as a base for the powders. And I think that could be a great combination, but I have to find them first. So I'll be hunting that down. If any of you have ever seen any of the eyeshadow duos by E.L.F. at like a regular store that's not a dollar store, can you let me know in the comment section, because I've only seen them at dollar stores. Never seen them at a regular store. And I know that those products are still available on E.L.F.'s website, but I don't like to order online. I have a problem with that. I think I've explained that to you guys before. And the last thing is an eyeshadow palette by Aziza. And I got this at Dollar Tree too. And I haven't used this yet, but I have swatched it. You get a white, a brown, a nude, and 3 different shades of peach. And yeah, it doesn't swatch very well, which means it's probably not gonna go on very well either, but I'll probably give it a try and check it out anyway, because there's always the 1 in a million chance that maybe I can get it to work. But I just thought those colors were so pretty. So drawn to the peaches lately. Almost almost everything I just showed you was peach. Even that pink lipstick by Urban Decay sort of had maybe just a hint of peach to that pink. But yeah, really drawn to that. Did I say anything about my shirt at the beginning of the video? I don't think I did. This is the other color that I'm drawn to right now, is green. This is like a, well, on the label when I bought it, it said moss green. This is a t-shirt by Merona from Target. It's just a plain, basic V-neck shirt. And when I saw this color, I said, oh, I really like that. I don't know, I wasn't even looking to buy a shirt that day, but I just walked right over to it and picked it up and said, oh, I love that shade of green. I don't have any shirts this color. So now I do. 10 bucks at Target, Merona. Okay, that's it, you guys, and fingers crossed that this worked this time. The camera's still running, it hasn't shut off, so I think we're good to go. I'll see you next time. Bye.